All right, everyone. Dr. Marcus Zane here. I wanted to take a few minutes today to give you a general update on everything we have coming up over the next few weeks, because there are actually several things happening across the Zaneverse right now. Between conventions, new content, a new initiative we just launched, and the next installment of The Man Behind the Veil, things are about to get pretty busy. So let's go through everything. First up, on Saturday, March 28th, I'll be attending Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City. Now, I won't be speaking at the event or doing a panel, mainly because part of the fun of this project is keeping my real identity separate from the character. Dr. Marcus Zane exists in his own little corner of the internet, and I'd like to keep it that way. However, I will be walking around the convention floor meeting people and handing out something pretty special. We'll be distributing limited edition trading cards. These were only printed in a very small batch, back under the SCP days. So if you're attending Planet Comic-Con that weekend, and you happen to see me walking around, feel free to say hello and grab one, because these will never be made again. It'll be a good chance to meet some of you in person and prove that I'm real, not AI generated as some of you expect. Next up, St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, which means the channel is about to get a little bit green. Personally, it's my favorite holiday, so it'll be a fun week. Over the next couple days, we're going to be doing a lot of St. Patrick's Day themed videos. There's actually a surprising amount of weird history and science wrapped up in that holiday, so we'll be exploring some of that very soon. Now, the next update is something I'm genuinely excited about. We recently launched something called the Leviathan 7 Ocean Recovery Initiative. If you've been following the Zaneverse for a while, you know that a lot of the stories and declassifications in this universe revolve around deep sea exploration and mysterious discoveries beneath our oceans. But the reality is, our real oceans are dealing with a serious problem right now. So we created a donation page where any funds raised will go directly toward real ocean cleanup efforts, supporting programs like the Ocean Cleanup and other initiatives focused on removing pollution from our oceans. Leviathan 7 may explore the deep in fiction, but this initiative is a way for our community to actually help protect the real ocean. If you'd like to support that effort, the link is available through my pages. Next, Book 2 of The Man Behind the Veil will officially release on March 30th. For those of you who have been following the story so far, this next installment continues my journey and starts diving deeper into some of the bigger mysteries surrounding the NHA itself. And as usual, the audiobook chapters will continue releasing afterward, just like normal. So if you prefer listening to the story as it unfolds, that schedule will stay the same, without spoiling anything. Book 2 is where several pieces of the larger story really start coming together. And finally, probably the biggest update. Starting in April, we're going to be shifting much more heavily into the Zaneverse. That means longer declassification videos, more lore about the Null Horizon Authority, more Leviathan 7 missions, deeper exploration of the universe as a whole, and a few new partnerships along the way. Now, a lot of that content is going to be moving primarily to YouTube going forward. The reason is pretty simple. Platforms like TikTok have started flagging some of the deeper lore videos as conspiracy theory content, even though the videos are clearly fictional storytelling and world building. YouTube gives us a lot more room to actually build the universe properly. So if you want to see the full declassifications and the deeper stories, make sure you're following the YouTube channel as well. So that's the current update from the archives. Planet Comic-Con on March 28th, St. Patrick's Day themed content coming soon. The Leviathan 7 Ocean Recovery Initiative is now live. Book 2 of The Man Behind the Veil releases March 30th, and starting in April, the Zaneverse begins expanding in a much bigger way. As always, thank you all for being part of this project. The support you've shown has helped turn this strange little idea into something far bigger than I ever expected. More files will be declassified soon. Until then, stay curious. The truth will be known.